Hi, I'm Neil.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
And
Welcome aboard Echo Echo.
Taking photos as well.
What's new today, Neil?
Well, today's our wedding anniversary, a day to be celebrated. And it was quite nice in some ways, not so nice in others. We're in Fort Lauderdale at the moment. We came here specifically to get our water maker fixed. We assumed it would be a half-day job from all the information that we'd had. The guys were on board yesterday from about 9 till 2. They managed to get it making water, but they've got to come back and do some more work. Unfortunately, they're booked out for the next week, so we're basically here until then. The marina's booked out from today onwards, so we had to leave the marina. So this morning we jumped in the dinghy and went for a bit of a blast around the harbour to see what the alternatives were, and went over to a set of moorings which were incredibly close to a bridge and a wall, so we decided that wasn't much of a go. And now we're at anchor just a bit up the creek, but as we were motoring out of the marina pen, I had a seniors moment, I think, and the oil pressure and the voltage gauge down at the nav station appeared to be reading 0. So there didn't appear to be anything wrong with the engine, and Xantrac was showing plenty of current going in, so I thought it had faulty dials. So I spent 3 hours on a hot afternoon on my wedding anniversary trying to tear apart the parts of the inside of the boat so that I could actually get access to these dials to test them. I managed to do that, and they were showing no current at all, which I couldn't work out until I figured that they were actually connected to the instrument panel for the generator, which we hadn't been running at all that day. So I spent 3 hours today fixing a problem that didn't exist. So not happy. And now we're having sundowners. But other than all of that, this has been a great wedding anniversary.
what happened out in the dinghy on our little reconnaissance trip in the middle of the river near the bridges? Maybe you could share that one with us, Neil.
How could I forget? But I did. Yeah, we got stopped by the cops. Trying to get back across the river, I thought I'd be a little bit smart, go a little bit fast, mainly because this part of the river is like frequented by boats that are 200 plus feet, and I don't want to get in their way. Anyway, I got up on the plane for about a nanosecond, which was just long enough for PC Plod to notice. So he comes whizzing over with his blue lights flashing and starts having a go at us about, is your dinghy registered? No, it's attended to a foreign registered vessel. Well, it needs to be registered. You can't operate without having a registered dinghy unless it's an emergency.
Or a cruising permit. He was asking us to get a cruising permit for the dinghy.
Okay. Well, and is there an emergency? And well, like what? He said, well, you're having a heart attack. And I said, well, no, not yet. But anyway, so...
and he didn't really like us smart.
Yeah, he thought we were the most aggressive couple he'd faced in the entire time he'd worked in the force. And all I can say is, what a pussy. But anyway, he let us go without a citation, which is really, really nice of him. But now we're a little bit cautious about using the dinghy here. But yeah, so it's I guess when you think about it, quite a bit's happened today. Fort Lauderdale Beach. I feel decidedly overdressed. I've got a shirt on.
12, yeah.
It's too high for me.
A 10-year-old can do it.
Then I got to be able to get out of it now.
We got our water maker fixed today, finally, and the guys from Watermakers Inc., who've done a tremendous job, they ended up leaving just on dusk, and we had the job done at anchor, so I had to ferry them back in the dinghy. And as it was just on dusk, I turned on our brand new white light on the dinghy, but that's all we've got. And then who should come up alongside me but PC Plod. Anyway, PC Plod pulled me up and he's given me this yellow piece of paper, which is just a warning, so that's kind of pleasing. And I've been warned because I didn't have hang on, what was it? Yeah, navigation lights not operational. Vessel registration not on board. Vessel currently not registered. Florida numbers not properly displayed. And then he asked me all sorts of other questions like, did I have life jackets on board? No. Do you have a whistle on board? No. So anyway, what he did, where is it? This nice copper, he was actually a nice enough guy, because after he pulled up in the marina just as I was docking alongside, and I explained I had a couple of tradies that I had to deliver back to their car and it would take a couple of minutes, and he said, sure, no problem, I'll be waiting. And true to his word, he was. But anyway, so he gave me this little warning thing here, and I'm pleased it was just a warning. And he also gave me a Christmas present for my dinghy, a whistle, which I thought was really, really nice of him. They're such friendly people in Fort Lauderdale, aren't they? Yeah. But anyway, so that's what, twice in 2 days where I've been pulled up by the cops, and my preceding 54 years on the water has never ever happened. Coincidence? After us getting picked up by the water police the other day for having an unregistered dinghy, we decided to take the Echo's serial number stickers that we got when we were in Australia and stick one of them on the dinghy. because around here I think all they're concerned about is that there's pretty numbers on the side of the dinghy. They don't really care if they mean anything or not. So I put them on yesterday. I'll see if I can get a shot of this. So that's our numbers. Intriguingly, we got a visit this morning from some French folks in a neighbouring boat, which I'll just show you now. Might not come up too well. They're having all sorts of issues as well, and he pointed out the numbers on our boat and pointed to the numbers on his dinghy and said he's had to do the same thing because he got stopped by the cops yesterday as well for not having a registered dinghy. And he's only been in this state for a matter of a day. He had to pull in with emergency repairs to his engine, and they nabbed him for that. Well, for the first time in a long time, we're actually going to be sailing outside of the ICW today. We had the big discussion about it last night and agonised over the weather and so on, and Jeanette's quite nervous because obviously while since she's been sailing she's not that experienced. So here we are on the morning of departure, and you can see Jeanette frantically getting ready now. Here she is.
I'm making sure I send emails and everything. It might be the last email I ever sent. No, might be a little choppy out there.
I guess everybody has their own way of doing things, and this is me preparing. More footage when we get out there.
Sailing pants on. I got my sailing pants on.
Because that's really important. Now she'll be an expert sailor. She's got the right kit on. Oh dear.
They're comfortable.
More later. Okay, so here we are, finally getting ready to leave
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, all right.
Yes. Hurry up and do the anchor.
That's that done. Well, we've finally got out of Fort Lauderdale. Yay! So, yeah, now we're going down to Miami, which is only about 20 miles south of Fort Lauderdale.
24 point something.
Say again?
24 point something.
Yes, for the mathematician. And it's probably winds just under 20 knots. We're going against the Gulf Stream, but the wind's in the same direction as the Gulf Stream, which makes it a little more pleasant. Jeanette's adopted her usual sailing position.
When it's rough, I prefer to lay down.
Well, that is true. And here's a bit of what it looks like. Yay! Miami now after what's it been, 3.5, 4 hours. Honking along now. Wind speeds around about 18 knots. Show you the dials. So that one shows we're sailing reasonably close hauled. That's how fast we're going, and the autopilot's doing all the work, and Jeanette hasn't moved.
I did so. Oh, and I'm gonna make you coffee.
That is true. She braved the galley earlier on when it was a bit more boisterous than this, so well done, Jeanette. Yeah, so it's been a nice sail. A bit breezy.
Nice sail.
Lovely.
It's bumpy, lumpy, choppy.
That's awesome. Bye. This is more like sailing. Have a look at these numbers. Yeehaw.
The weather's definitely improved this afternoon as we're heading towards Miami. I've spent most of the time lying down in the cockpit as it's been very bumpy, and I was a little bit worried about getting seasick. Apart from helping to change sails and making Neil a coffee, he hasn't really needed much more assistance anyway, as he loves being at the helm over there, especially when he can do some proper sailing. I'm going to now show you him at the moment, and he can give you a big wave if he's paying attention. Wave to the camera now. Whoops, nearly dropped the camera. Hopefully we should be there at the port maybe in about an hour's time, and then we just have to negotiate our way up that port area, and I'm hoping maybe there's no ships today, so I'm not sure. And we're trying to find the same anchorage we found last time, but we're a little unsure if it's going to be okay because the bridge we got to go through apparently is being worked on, so I'm not sure if the bridge is going to be open or closed, which could cause a bit of an issue for us. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, cheerio for now. Have a look at the view. On the camera it probably looks like we're hardly doing anything,